Movie recap, where we turn movie recaps into an art form. Let's dive into the world of movies together. Like, subscribe, and let the movie magic begin.
In 1928, within the mystical landscapes of Giza, Egypt, a professor of archaeology and his daughter embark on an excavation. The local foreman, brimming with joy, presents a groundbreaking discovery to the chief, an enigmatic round plate adorned with previously unseen hieroglyphs. Meanwhile, the professor's daughter marvels at a found medallion featuring the symbol of Ra. The workers hoist a colossal hula hoop, bearing the same symbols as the discovered plate, revealing a finding that astounds the professor: a colossal, high-tech device. Fast forward 66 years, and the aging daughter of the professor attends a symposium on ancient Egypt. Daniel Jackson fervently challenges conventional beliefs, attempting to prove that the Great Pyramid predates the 4th dynasty of the pharaohs. However, his theories incite outrage among the scholarly community, leading to a hasty departure of the audience. Outside the venue, an unknown individual invites him to a waiting car. Catherine Langford, the professor's daughter. Armed with detailed knowledge from Dr. Daniel's life dossier, Catherine offers him a job to decipher ancient Egyptian writings. Despite initial reluctance, Daniel is persuaded to consider the offer. In a subsequent sequence, two military men approach the grieving retired Colonel Jonathan O'Neill, who lost his son to a tragic accident. They reinstate O'Neill to duty, revealing a significant role in the unfolding events. The next day, Daniel arrives at a military research center housed in a former nuclear missile silo. Scientists present him with the plate discovered in Giza 66 years prior. The hieroglyphs on the plate, which Daniel identifies as non-traditional, become the focus of his task. Discrepancies in interpretation arise, and Daniel, with his archaeological expertise, points out inaccuracies in the inscriptions. As he delves into the decoding process, Daniel questions the conventional translations, uncovering profound meanings. The military's interest becomes apparent as he deciphers references to Ra, the sun god, concealed and buried for eternity. Not a gateway to heaven, but a surrogate. Realizing the significance, Daniel becomes aware of the military's intent. The military's interest in the ancient Egyptian tablets intensifies as they discover the age of the findings to be not merely 5,000 years but a staggering 10,000 years. Colonel, now appointed head of the project, asserts that the information is classified, imposing stringent control over decision-making. The focus shifts to a more intriguing aspect than a potential tomb beneath the coverstones. 2 weeks later, Daniel continues his efforts to decipher the mysterious symbols, facing challenges due to their lack of logical sequence and deviation from known ancient languages. In a nocturnal quest for caffeine, he notices an image of the Orion constellation on a guard's newspaper. Comparing it to the writings, Daniel discerns that the symbols are, in fact, representations of constellations. An emergency meeting is convened, where Daniel unveils that these symbols are coordinates for space travel. The military is astonished at Daniel's rapid success, surpassing the struggles of other scientists over 2 years. However, the challenge remains. There are only 6 symbols in the cartouche, and the 7th, vital for charting a course, is just below it. The colonel grants Daniel permission to reveal the secret behind the coverstone. Upon witnessing the discovery, Daniel identifies it as a stargate, composed of a mineral non-existent on Earth. Technicians input decoded data into the computer, and with Daniel's expertise, they activate the gate. A colossal vortex forms, stabilizing the gate surface. Launching a drone through the gate, it transmits its location from another galaxy in the Callium galaxy. The intricate analysis reveals an atmosphere identical to Earth's on the other side. Through the gate, a glimpse of a different galaxy and symbols distinct from Earth's is revealed. The excitement peaks as the military contemplates further exploration. The stage is set for a cosmic journey that intertwines ancient mysteries with the possibilities of interstellar travel through the enigmatic Stargate. The drone managed to transmit an image of part of the Stargate from the other side, revealing completely different symbols. The military, planning to study the symbols before continuing the mission, is interrupted by Daniel's excitement. He assures them that he can decipher the symbols if he gets to the other side. After careful consideration, the military assigns a team with equipment to investigate a gate in another galaxy. Daniel, armed with literature on Egyptian civilization and accompanied by a medallion with the Ra symbol given by Catherine, is part of the group. The technicians launch the gate, and after teleportation, the group finds themselves in an ancient corridor on an unknown planet, surrounded by a desert. The structure housing the gate is an exact replica of the Great Pyramid of Giza. While the military gathers data, Daniel explores the area, searching for information. The colonel commands everyone to wrap up and head back to Earth within the hour. However, Daniel reveals that to decipher the symbols and launch the Stargate from this side, he needs a cover stone similar to the one on Earth. He emphasizes the importance of realigning the Stargate, prompting the colonel to question Daniel's ability to do so. Daniel clarifies that he can decipher the symbols but requires specific coordinates marked on tablets back on Earth, speculating that something similar must exist on this planet. Puzzled by Daniel's omission about the need for a cover stone, the military group faces internal tension. A soldier expresses anger, accusing Daniel of lying. Meanwhile, at the camp, the colonel activates an atomic bomb, concealing it from everyone except himself. The presence of the bomb indicates a separate task for the colonel, known only to him. As the story unfolds, the mystery of the Stargate and the challenges faced by the team intensify, setting the stage for an adventurous journey into the unknown. From all members of the expedition, Daniel's discovery of mysterious footprints in the sand leads him to a massive, Earth-like ox in harness. The animal is intrigued by Daniel's Fifth Avenue candy bar. Unaware of the potential danger, Daniel inadvertently commands the creature to run, and he gets entangled in the reins, being dragged for several alien miles to a primitive settlement. In the settlement, Daniel notices the symbol of Ra on one of the natives, prompting the inhabitants to kneel before him. The team takes a mineral sample extracted by the natives, discovering that it matches the material composing the Stargate. The settlement's leader attempts communication, but the strangers do not understand the language. The natives offer a drink, and Daniel reciprocates by sharing the Fifth Avenue candy bar with the settlement's elder. Intrigued by the taste, the elder welcomes the strangers into the town, where a symbol of Ra hangs prominently, signifying the inhabitants' worship of Ra as their sole deity. The colonel realizes that their warm reception is due to the Egyptian symbol they possess. A sandstorm hits, forcing the settlement's inhabitants to seek shelter. In the camp, the military men attempt to contact the colonel via radio, but strong interference from the storm hampers communication. They, too, take refuge in the pyramid. During the evening, the locals treat the strangers to delicacies. The colonel suggests using the Egyptian symbol to inquire about Egyptian writing. Daniel attempts to write in the sand, but the elder erases the hieroglyph in fear, declaring it forbidden. He orders the women to take Daniel away, and after a wash in a tent, a girl named Sherry enters. Despite her attempts to undress, Daniel, embarrassed, asks her not to. The elder intervenes, lashing out at Sherry. Encounter an unknown creature with advanced plasma weapons, clad in technological armor resembling an Egyptian deity. Simultaneously, the girl leads Daniel to a cave adorned with ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Daniel struggles to understand her pronunciation, but the girl patiently teaches him the correct way. The colonel, in the meantime, barely manages to convey to local teenagers that he needs to find Daniel. With the help of one teenager's pet, the colonel follows the trail and locates Daniel with the girl. Having mastered the pronunciation, Daniel deciphers the wall writings in the cave. According to the inscriptions, the history of civilization on this planet began with a star traveler escaping from his dying world. In search of eternal life, the traveler took possession of a young boy's body and declared himself a god. He brought thousands of people through the Stargate to mine the mineral essential for his technology, which could prolong his life indefinitely. Fearing rebellion, the self-proclaimed god outlawed reading and writing, suppressing the locals. In the cave, they discover a cover stone with Earth coordinates. However, the last symbol designating Earth as the point of origin is damaged, rendering the Stargate unusable without it. Meanwhile, the surviving soldier from the pyramid is taken to Ra, who rejuvenates himself using a special sarcophagus. The group leaves the settlement, bidding farewell to Daniel's new girlfriend. Unbeknownst to them, a group of teenagers from the settlement secretly follows them. Observing the ship above the pyramid, the men decide to investigate, sneaking inside the pyramid and encountering the unknown threat within. Their plan is to retrieve the bomb and prevent Ra from sending it to Earth. Back in Ra's spaceship, Daniel regains consciousness in a sarcophagus that has miraculously healed his wounds. Ra, impressed by the technological advancements on Earth, plans to use the atomic bomb with his mineral to eliminate the potential threat from humans. He orders Daniel to execute his friends in front of the locals to solidify Ra's position as their sole god. Meanwhile, Daniel's girlfriend takes the teenagers to the cave with ancient writings. She shares Daniel's revelations about Ra's true identity, the origin of their people, and the evolution of humans. As the strike fighters punish the settlement for helping the strangers, causing devastation and loss of life, the group of teenagers hatches a plan. In the pit, where the colonel is dumped along with 3 other surviving soldiers, they devise a plan to escape. The teenagers from the settlement join forces with Daniel's girlfriend, and together they infiltrate the pyramid, facing the challenges posed by Ra's guards. As tensions rise, the fate of both Earth and the unknown planet hangs in the balance, with the Stargate at the center of the conflict. The struggle against Ra intensifies, and the group of rebels prepares for a final confrontation to save their worlds from the impending threat. "We were staying here forever. I'm sorry." The colonel, torn between his duty and the realization that the Earth is in imminent danger, activates the bomb. The group inside the pyramid fights fiercely against Ra's guards, attempting to stop the launch of the bomb. As the firefight intensifies, the colonel's decision to activate the bomb sends shockwaves through the group. Daniel confronts him about the consequences.
"I'm gonna stay here, make sure this goes off."
Emphasizing the catastrophic impact it will have on Earth. The tension rises as the fate of 2 worlds hangs in the balance. Outside the pyramid, the group faces the stormtroopers and struggles to find a way back inside. Meanwhile, Ra, determined to fulfill his plan, orders the immediate launch of the bomb to Earth. Back at the camp, the tension among the group grows, and the colonel grapples with the weight of his decision. The Earth is on the brink of disaster, and the Stargate's potential destruction looms large. The group inside the pyramid fights against overwhelming odds, trying to disable the bomb and prevent Ra from carrying out his destructive plan. The climax approaches as the group races against time to thwart Ra's deadly scheme and secure the future of both worlds. To Earth, leaving Daniel behind with his newfound love. The Stargate's destructive potential has been averted, and Ra's threat has been neutralized. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy the recap, subscribe to stay updated on our cinematic adventures. Remember, the story never truly ends. It lives on in our discussions and the shared love for movies. See you at the next movies.